Boom.
All 15.
Whee! And live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fair Play Racing League. Tonight we are at round 5. It is Drivers' Pick Week and our third track of the week. For Tier 1, it is, in case you haven't guessed by now, Singapore. So, the famous track in the Far East is the Marina Bay circuit, and it looks like we've got a Mercedes coming out on track. Is that Nigel Piggle? Yes, it is. Who I can confirm was not actually rigged to be in the Mercedes in the driver draw. I promise you. I'm your host, as always, David Lolface. Joining me, as usual, on comms this week, it's the boy.
Hello, Silside Boy, Gaznado, whatever you want to call me now.
Yeah, many names across the years, some of which are
Many,
more flattering than others. I'm fortunate.
most famously, can't win a race.
Yep, still can't win a race. Radical now has 2 race wins in 2 weeks in Tier 3, and I heard he's goading you now.
No. The little bit of advice he gave from a race winner. I can't believe he said this. He says, "Oh, a little bit of advice from a race winner to a non-race winner." I was like, "You cheeky bastard!" Was keep my head down and hopefully it will come to me. But at the end of the day, it's Monaco. I need an absolute miracle to get back up to where they were.
Yeah, but never mind. As in the chat, speak of the devil when he shall appear, it's Radical in the chat, who I am very aware has prepared a nice little surprise for me on Fallout 76 that I'm going to inevitably come across
I'm
later.
gonna have to.
Also in the
I'm
chat.
gonna have to stay up now to see what this is.
Yeah, also in the chat, Cruiser 1872. Of course, those of you might know him from his commentary roles. He was on comms on Monday this week. Half of our comms team with Monkey Boy Kurt, who may or may not be about, I'm not sure. But yes, big welcome to you guys in the chat as we've got our first man on his flying lap, and that is Nigel Piggle in the Mercedes. And is this his first race of the season or his second? I think it's his second, isn't it?
Second, he raced in Silverstone last week and retired due to a controller disconnect.
Retired due to a massive skill issue, and lucky the head steward wasn't put down in the steward's
To be
books
fair,
for penalties.
He did
In my
actually get
opinion.
penalised.
He should have been.
He got penalised for, I think, for, if I get this right, I remember. I think he tried to overtake Phenom into the pits and failed spectacularly and just punted Phenom and got him a 10 seconds.
Yep, and for clarity, that is something that we are permitting in the league as long as it's done cleanly. But nevertheless, we're going towards the end of the lap. Nigel Piggle, is he flat through the final corner? It looks like he is. Runs out just before the line. That's a 126.8. Of course, those of you thinking that's a really short, what's the time? That's a really
Quick lap.
fast lap time around here at Marina Bay. Is of course we are still running that modified, track layout as Ashdown comes across the line to set a 127 rather than going into. Yes, while there is, I think there's work on a hotel going on around the old Sector 2. We are still running this shortened version, which I don't know about you, Gary. I kind of prefer it not going under that god-awful bridge.
Alan, speaking of that new section, just before it, Ham was completely had to back out of the second sector split because he was heading towards the wall. I actually do prefer this. I absolutely hate the old Sector 3 under the bridge. I absolutely hate it. Like the amount of warnings, and if you get the braking wrong, you go into the wall, which is dead straight away. I think I saw over the races we've done here on the old way out how many retirements I've seen, or how many ambitious moves I've seen trying to go up the inside of somebody into that little under bridge section. Is I'm just glad it's gone.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of drivers share your opinions on that. We're watching now Magyu's coming around sector 2 and open your DRS for the second time in the lap down this straight, braking heavily, third gear for the McLaren driver through that tough right-hander, and now it is full beams until the final 3 corners of the circuit. You mount the curves at your own risk. Of course, handling updates in this game have made it very tricky to touch those curves, but around the last corner, and Maggie's only good enough for P7, P6 rather. That's quite, it's not ideal for the man in the orange.
You've been asked to turn the game down slightly, David.
Game volume down slightly. That's bloody awkward, because it means I've got to turn the game down without turning you down. I do apologise. Give us any updates on the... what am I doing? Audio settings.
I'm just watching still LDN, who is, or London, as I'm going to call him, still looking for him and his teammates' first points of the season in the Williams. Very unlucky, both of them. Obviously, Steele did not race last week. He was on holiday. Yeah, David Oilface. It is David Oilface. Can't you tell?
It is David the Lolface.
I think that's Raikkonen that's actually in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, AJ, for the tip. I think I might have actually... I usually have the master volume down at around 6-7. I think I turned it up because I got annoyed when doing laps and not being able to hear... not being able to hear the party members at the same time. New headset and all that. But yes, Steele has gone P3 then in the Williams. Big up the Williams crew.
Getting points this week. I think points this week for both of them.
Yeah,
it's a bit strange. Raikkonen. Oh, carry on, Dave. Sorry.
No, it's alright. Yeah. We do hope big points to the Williams crew. A little bit of bad luck plaguing them in the first half of the season. Collaterad has put himself in P6 for the moment, which is not bad at all. You see all the drivers choosing to go out on the softs, nobody playing around on the mediums to get a banker time. We've got Hound yet to set a lap, missing the apex of turn 5, maybe. I don't know calling numbers. Maybe you do, Gary. Can help me out, but I don't.
Oh, we're about to go into Singapore Sling, formerly known as Singapore Sling.
Absolutely, which I only found out in the past half year, maybe, that it is actually the name of a cocktail. So there you go. That's my naivety. So
you know what, David? At TJ's wedding, I'm going to order you a Singapore Sling. See if the barman will make you one.
Well, I don't even know what's in a Singapore Sling, so good luck me. We
can have one together. We'll record a video.
Yeah. Right, so Hound's coming through the last sector. We know he's fast, and what time can he put on the board? Overtake all the way around the last corner. That is big balls from the Alpine man, and he's put himself into P4. Decent lap from that man. Right, and is Reese finally on a lap? No, he's not. He's still invalidated. Oh, Reese.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's actually really weird that Raikkonen's here. because all the way back in season, I think it was season 2 of FPRL, I had my first race was here, and he was on commentary. And I remember this Singapore Grand Prix was the worst race I've ever experienced. I think there was 5 safety cars.
That doesn't
Oh,
surprise me, to be honest. Nigel Pickle goes fast, improves a 26.4. Good race. Good lap from that man.
I think the race lasted 2 hours. We started at 8 and didn't finish until near 10.
Yeah, I mean, that is
Nice.
very typical as per Singapore in the wet. Um, so, Gary, I'm sure you know that given F2 races, we know are limited to 1 hour, and this game actually includes
Actually,
that
that's right.
hour time limit. Do you think it includes the 2 hour time limit for F1 races? I'm kind of thinking probably not.
No. As we still have disqualifications for trying to turn around.
Oh,
The penalties for like unbreaking like track limits, like at Abu Dhabi. We still have when you lag out a session, it retires you. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's no coding for it. At this point, I've just given up with EA.
yeah.
Constant like
Of course,
laziness.
EA, not the team programming the game. That is, of course, Codemasters. But actually, I still agree with you. I think it's probably EA's fault because they are the ones that they're the ones that force release dates and presumably let Codemasters know exactly what to put in their patches, what to bother fixing and what not, and mostly the bits
They
that
need to
cost them money.
they need to stop reusing code from the previous game. Make new code, because that's what the problem is. They fix issues, and then as Reese goes further on 127.0, they fix the code, and then they just go back to the previous start of what the previous game was,
Oh
and
yeah,
just
no,
do it all again.
let's just reintroduce a load of bugs. Fantastic. Welcome to FPRL, where we chat about the absolute. I'm not going to say incompetence because that's a little bit unfair, but the
We
world
need to not
of
say that. We need to get
Formula
sponsored,
One games.
please,
Let's go for it.
please. Law's gone up to third with a 27.0.
Yeah, Maggie's only improving by 2/10. That's an interesting one. Maybe Maggie's struggling around this track.
That pink helmet of his needs to get rid of it.
It's clearly
Use the
causing
Max
him bad luck.
Use the Max Verstappen helmet. Ever since I used the Max Verstappen helmet, I've gone half a second quicker now. It's the effect. Being a 3-time world champion makes you faster.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So
Can't understand that.
I don't know how long's left in the session. Presumably about 7 minutes, maybe.
I think the last time I saw them was 10 minutes.
8 minutes. We'll
Is
go
that
for
buddy?
8 minutes. But yeah, still plenty of time to get a couple of runs in.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Monkey thinks 4 minutes. I'm saying 8. You're saying nearer 10. Oh, of course, it has been like a minute since we said.
No,
that,
I've just seen it said 4.
Oh, 4.
And I think Monkey saw it as well. That's why he said now
right.
like 4.
Well, Monkey's got the benefit
He's
of actually
cheat.
paying attention to the top left-hand
He's
corner.
cheated.
3:41 left in the sesh. So time for the drivers to wind up for their final runs. It looks like Hound is on his final run. He's got a car in front of him without ERS.
Come around the final corner.
He's going to get a nice little slipstream. Is that his teammate? It is his teammate. Taps the wall ever so slightly, but I don't think it caused him any issues into that heavy braking zone at whatever turn that was. Gary, I remember when I used to be professional and I used to have the track map up. But gone are those
You don't
days.
have it anymore.
Those are the days I realised that I should be as uptight and professional as possible because I looked up to certain commentators. And then I looked.
Cruiser.
What's Cruiser saying? I know how long is left in the session when the checker flag is out. None. What a lad! He's absolutely pulled the right idea.
Mate, he is trolling us after his win last night, David.
Yep. The Hound has gone half a second quicker into P2. It's a great lap. So that Rad's on the other hand, looking to break that streak, and he is in P3. It's a great lap. Only the one of 3 drivers to get into the 126s. And I think he's going to be going for it. No, he's not. He's run out of fuel. Never mind. We'll see where he is coming at the end of the session. Oh, and it is ropes around the end of Sector 1.
Mate, Night Owl... Sorry, not mate. Night Owl has been absolutely blocked, I don't know, by his teammate or that McLaren of... it's not Johnny B, it's Maggie User. Yeah, that was...
not ideal.
So I have...
And he's
So I have just received a message from one of my friends called Adam Fisher, who's just said, whoever's the main commentator, he has a voice of a god of silk.
Well, that is beautiful. I very much appreciate it. I don't aim for ASMR content, but it's very nice of you to mention.
It just popped up my Facebook Messenger. Tell your friend he has a pod-like voice. It's smooth as silk. I'm like, okay.
Well, you know how to embarrass a guy. Let's put it that way.
David's like,
like a giddy schoolgirl. So, looks like almost every driver on their final lap. Then we've got Rare Winter coming around to start, and following him is a Red Bull of Roscoe. So the first one across the line will be Steele, who's quarter of a second up on his time, and now heading round the final 2 corners, really uncommitted on those final 2 curbs, and towards the end to the line. He's a 2/10 improvement. He's set up at the moment a Row 2 lockout for the Williams team, and let's see if the Haas of Dynamo Dan can upset that. A little bit off the pace as things stand, but over the line it's a 4.5 improvement, but he stays P14 for the moment. Next over the line is a slow Ferrari of El Plan, who's coming into pits, and Law's going to be the next man. He has invalidated. Brilliant. Night Owl coming into the box. Mag User then up into P5. Now into the 126s. Shadows goes into the 126s as well. But Night Owl putting himself up on the second row, up in P4. Some good laps coming in now.
Night Owl. Night Owl's 10.
Night Owl,
yeah, it's Phenom.
All the way down in 10th. How's that happened then?
You said Night Owl's P4. It's Phenom. Night Owl was half a second up on his lap time. Half a second up, and he invalidated through the the last little chicane before the final 2 little kinking lefts. Yeah, he invalidated there.
Yeah. Apparently everyone will appreciate you told everyone his full name. I'm sure that is that's you, not me, Gary.
Yeah, he's talking to me. You've also been told
I need more passion. I need to shout, and I do apologise for butchering this in advance. Frontline speed.
Oh no!
Not more passion required in commentary. Maybe I should sit closer to the mic. Maybe that will
Just
help.
put the mic in your mouth.
Put the mic in my mouth. I can't. There's a pop filter in the way.
Stuff the pop filler. You have to
Get rid of
crackle
that.
the mic when you're shouting it.
Anyway, that's the end of qualifying. I'm going to take a quick drink before our formation lap. Actually, while we sit on the grid. So strategies for the race, Gary. You're the king of strategy at Singapore.
Am I? Because it's never.
For the sake of this conversation, what do you think is the first? Sorry, I just read the chat. Honda power.
That's what I'm going to be screaming when I'm riding my new bike. Honda power!
is it a Honda you're getting?
Yes, it's the Honda TBR. 125R.
You can scream your way onto work. Honda power!
Every single one of my bikes, every one of my bikes I've had have always been a Honda, so I can scream up that
Great
at all time.
Yeah, great rich
History
history of bikes. Honda, but less rich history in modern Formula One. Let's put it that way. Although, I suppose technically you can say the modern Red Bull is a modified Honda engine, but never mind. So Gary, anyway, king of strategy for Singapore for the sake of this conversation. What are you thinking in terms? Is it just another boring mediums to hards? Will we see anyone on the softs?
I'm trying to think. Some people might expect an early safety car because safety car is pretty much very high around here. Like anybody that crashes out, it's bringing out a safety car. I probably would start. Probably would expect most people start on mediums because of that, and then run to the hards, and then be forced onto a two-stop and go softs at the end. But if there isn't one, I think it's just going to be a boring medium hard or hard medium race. Because I know track positioning around here is quite key as well.
Will we ever see a race in this calendar where, or on this game, as much I would love to see it where a two-stop is actually feasible with full green flag racing? It looks like it nearly got there in Bahrain, but I think the hards are just too good, aren't they? They seem to last forever.
Yes, I think most races now you can go at least 20 to 24 laps on hards. Like we've seen Groundsy in Tier 2 do a 28 lap stint on a set of hards.
Let's be fair.
Why is his tyres not popped?
Groundsy is the tyre whisperer, and that is his known.
Qatar,
yeah, technically Qatar could be a two-stopper by you see, Johnny. You're talking to
you don't have a setup.
two people. I think you had it as well, Gary. But I certainly had a tyre go pop around Qatar in F1 and F2.
Yeah, let's not talk about my WR race round Qatar. How many pit stops did I have to make? 3, and I came 16th, a minute and a half behind. Yeah, Qatar is. I don't understand. Last year's game, there was a clear fuel issue around there, where you'd burn a lot of fuel, over too much fuel, where you'd have to put 2 laps in to get to the end, and now it's well, Fish Sticks is saying it's an easy one stop, but you're on the steering wheel.
Yeah,
on a pad,
it's not comparable.
On a pad, it's not comparable until they make steering wheel and pads tyre wear the same. There's no point saying, "Oh, I can do a one stop" when you're using steering wheel, because
I think
you can put little movement in.
I think the problem is you're never going to get tyre wear the same between pad and wheel, because it is so easy to put in full lock on a pad.
Steering wheel. Say steering wheel because
I mean,
it's pad. Yeah.
The thing is, you've
it's
got
hard
more
to do the
control
finite
over
music.
the steering wheel.
Yeah, you can do little finite new movements with the steering wheel, but with a thumbstick, it's either the steering wheel will either go full lock to the left or won't move. Like there is no in between. So that's why they usually say if you want to speed to the top of league racing, a steering wheel is very much key.
Yeah, and I'm sure it is faster, but I am the most casual of casual, and I'm happy in tier 3. It's possible to be fast on a pad. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is the skill ceiling is much higher for pad than it is. It's a lot easier to be better on wheel than it is on pad, and I think that's
most people. I think Raikkonen disagrees with us.
well, it disagrees with you anyway. So we all know you chat rubbish. It's not
They've
impossible
all taken
to be
my
good
advice.
on a pad. It's not
They've
impossible.
all taken.
Mag user, I believe, uses a pad. I know some guys in other leagues that use a pad are very quick. Point the form forwards, then turn it. Yes, that is a great tip. I do that. I do that. I'm not very good at it, but I still do it. Anyway, I kind of wanted to go through the grid. So we're just going to do it very quickly. We've got Johnny B P15, Dynamo Dan P14, L Plan 13, Rare Winter and Law in the Kick Salvers P12 and 11, Night Owl Cross, Korea, Shadows, Magusa, Steel, Collateral Ads, and a third row lockout, Phenom, Reese in the second row, and the front row is Hound and Nigel Piggle as we wait for the 5 red lights to go out. Let's see how good a start Hound can get from the from P2, as it looks like he has got a decent start. Not quite good enough to get up turn 1. Let's include the position sidebar and have a look to see what's happening across the fields. And Gary,
did I just saw a car mount the wall.
I think this game has broken me.
On my point of view, I saw a car flipping in the air and then go back to normal.
I mean,
they went back to the beginning.
I've heard of wall riding around Monaco. I think Night Owl was taking it a little bit too literally.
That's as funny as the time I was comms and I watched 2 cars do the very naughty on stream and they were on top of each other. And Not Radical's like, please tell me someone's clipped that.
Oh dear.
I'm sure someone has. We'll go back.
We will see the clips.
He's got front wing damage. Imagine that, like, oh, how was your race? Well, I flipped upside down and now my race is fucked.
Oh dear, well, at the front, onto lap 2, at the front, it all looks very similar to how it was. Apparently he's got no damage either, that is crazy.
No, he has got front wing damage, front right end plate.
And AJ in the chat giving us the good old clip.
I think he's got the clip. I'm watching it.
Side by side go Mag User and Collateral Ads. Neither driver giving an inch. They bang wheels again and nearly hitting his teammate there. Collateral Ads. I need to be very careful into the sling, as Collateral Ads does have wing damage on the front right. Wing damage indeed. He's missing an end plate, and that will cost him down the windy streets here in Singapore. But Mag User having a decent start then. He's up into P5. Sorry, I just can't. Oh dear. Wall Rider.
I've just watched the clip.
Wall Rider 0208 735.
I'm I've watched the clip. It's the way you see in the back where his car just got out and it just grinds on the wall and upside down, still going.
Yeah, it's like Dynamo Dan's hopping into the pits for an early stop. Could have wing damage then. Let's keep an eye out. Let's have a look at the Haas crew, see if they... Oh my god, the pit lane is so long. Do they have a front wing ready? It looks like they don't. Oh, and I saw the damage. He didn't have wing damage on, yes. Well, Dynamo Dan's not going to be very happy. Hoping for a safety car, but we are still very early in the race. It's still very likely to happen. Lap 3 of 31. No change here in the top 4. We've got Nigel Piggle, followed by Hound, followed by Reese, and then Phenom, who's dropped back a little bit, 2.5 seconds to Reese in front. Magusa still on the hunt to break into that top 4. And he is dragging Steele along with him. Meanwhile, Collaterad's going backwards with that damaged front wing. This is a reminder, any drivers listening, if you've got front wing damage, please, please, please set your wing change to yes in the menu. Collateradads is coming into the pits. Let's see if he's listened to my advice. He's going to drop all the way down to the bottom, but I don't think at this point in the race will be too hard. You're going to have to try a little bit. Oh no. Oh, that's 2 drivers not having a front wing change. Gary,
yeah.
what do I have to do to get these people to set the wing change to yes? Oh dear.
Well, you screamed at me yesterday.
And then they changed it when you didn't think you had wing damage. That was funny. Why is he changing my wing? It's because you've got wing damage, Gary. Oh,
I didn't even...
I don't have wing damage. Yes, you do, Gary.
To be fair, I did actually ask the engineer if I had wing damage beforehand when I changed it, just to check, because I had bumped the wall a few times. He said, no problems with the front wing. I thought, I'll be alright.
Well, he clearly didn't say that, because you ask them about vehicle condition, they'll either tell you that your front wing's got damage or your tyres are fine. So, bosh.
I'm just happy I survived the whole race.
Yeah, Monkey's appreciating my my impression of you during a race.
Yeah.
As you see, the front 3 throwing it around the last corner. Of course, the most sorry, one of the options for the worst DRS straight in the entire calendar is the start-finish line here in Singapore. You see, it's doing absolutely bugger all for these guys.
Are you sure? Because I thought the one they have at Monaco is usually because
it's up there, but that's just because Monaco shouldn't be on the calendar at all in the month day because it's rubbish.
I'm still dying from that clip. That might become our most viewed clip now.
Quite possibly. And AJ's in the chat suggesting that yes, it should be on the calendar. Well, I'm telling you to try and count on 2 hands the number of overtakes that have happened under normal racing conditions in the past 10 years, and you can't do it. Therefore, it's all about qualifying. Just run a qualifying session and let the points be awarded on that. There you go. Bosh.
You can overtake them.
Well, okay, yes, okay. We understand why Monaco is still in the calendar. It's all about money, but yeah, it's just
you can overtake
it's the spectacle for the drivers. I'm willing to concede it's fantastic for the drivers, and you get fantastic sort of adrenaline through.
Radical has said during the safety car interval should show the clip for some highlights.
It might take me a second to set up, but we can do it. And yes,
Phenom's fuel.
as I have been sat on Phenom for a little while, people will see that Phenom is running light on fuel. Obviously counting on some safety cars here as we see Reese make a mistake after going up into P2, running wide through the exit of turn 4, and Hound is right on the back of him. And that has allowed Nigel Piggle to get away, and I'm sure he'll be wanting to score his first points of the season. What way better to do it than to actually win a race? And it looks like right now Reese is doing a good job for him down in P2 as there's a truth or dare that's coming for either of us. Which of us doesn't want it? Personally, I don't care, but I do have a drink to redeem, and as do you, Gary. So I'm going to take my drink now, and you're going to tell us whether you want a truth or dare or not.
I'm still suffering with a mini coffin fit from that clip, so I'd rather not have it.
Right, so Gary wants the truth or dare then, Cruz.
You bastard.
As Hound not able to capitalise on that mistake earlier in lap 6.
He'd also give another question
from Reese. As Monkey Boys asked what the drink of choice is tonight, well, I'll tell you that is a question best saved for the safety car where the sponsorship comes in. And Cruiser wants a truth from you, Gary. And we'll wait for the question. Or the... Well, yeah, it is the question. I anticipate greatly. As there
if
is
it says, is Cruiser the greatest teammate ever, the answer would have to be yes.
So
not because he's my teammate.
Law has got by L Plan then down the DRS straight, and it looks like he's going to struggle to keep the place to Croskery as well. He kind of just allows Croskery to break through then. L Plan obviously playing the long game here, and he's just going to tuck in behind these drivers and make sure that they get the fastest way to the line. Collateral Ads then setting the fastest lap. He is on 2-lap-old medium tyres. Is he pit? Oh, he hasn't pit again. Right, so Gary, your truth is in the chat. Favourite one-off livery by any team? I'll let you ponder on that for a second. If
I've already got it.
All right.
I'll be honest. It's the McLaren one-off livery at Silverstone last year, where they went back to chrome because obviously we got a double 2-3 in qualifying. And that was when the McLaren car was actually good again. Became actually like a top fighting team, and yeah, I love the old. Gave me the McLaren Vodafone Mercedes, what I used to grow up with Lewis Hamilton racing with, so the red and chrome Vodafone Mercedes, McLaren Mercedes. So yeah, that's probably one of my favourite ones.
You just saw there Law squeezing out Croskery on the exit of turn 4 there, as Croskery has to catch a little bit of a slide. I think he moved over there maybe to see if El Plan wanted to make the move or not. He didn't. So these guys, these three drivers still go on in a line. Croskery just about hanging on to DRS, but they are losing these guys in front. Steele is 5.5 seconds up the road, and that is this battle for...
It's got front wing damage though.
Who does? Steele?
Steele. Yeah, he's got front right and left end plate.
And yes, just to confirm, he does have wing damage, the Williams, and he is missing his front left end plate. That probably won't affect him as much as the front right that Collateral Ads had missing. But as long as he can stay with this group in front, he should be okay. And the DRS should help him do that. Magusa on his way forwards then, and he is on the back of Hound. It looks like he's going around the outside, around the kink, and now into turn 4, gets the car slowed down.
Oh.
And they're still side by side. He's got the inside for the next corner, and it looks like Magyu's either locked up under the braking and there was small wheel-to-wheel contact, but Magyu's falling a little bit further back then, and Hound getting the position back, and he is now 3 seconds off the lead, the leading group, and that is these two Mercedes. Reese right onto the back of Nigel Piggle. I don't know what Nigel's doing, whether or not he's just not got the pace of his teammate, or maybe his teammate pushed a little and got back into the DRS, but it's looking very good for a Mercedes 1-2 here on lap 9, Gary.
Shock. The two fastest drivers in this tier are winning.
Shock horror.
Also, Monkey's taking the piss out of my reaction. I was just reacting to what Matthews was like when he was in that car, and the rear just stepped out on him.
And we all know that Gary has the best reactions.
If we go back to the... Oh no!
Who is it that had the Gary Neville reaction? I can't remember. Was it you?
It was me, because you went, ooh, and I went, ooh. So we clipped it.
Oh dear. If you by the way, if you're still there, Raikkonen, I will check your DM after the race. We haven't had any breaks yet, so I haven't been able to let the people know what the sponsor is.
The people know.
They're playing the ultimate team game. What? The dead game? The game that's dead because they just love giving you free stuff now. It's just like, yeah. It's a card. It's a card pack opening simulator.
I was about to make that joke. Damn it! Stole my thunder. I still don't know how. I do think that front left end plate that still has, because there's so many corners that actually doesn't need that side of the car's grip. It's just not affecting him.
Yeah, he's doing very well to hang on to this group here. He is in P7, but it is indeed the fight for P4 after Magyu's slight sideways escapade. I don't know if he's got any damage from that or not, but he is coming into the pits on lap 11. Very careful into the pits here in Singapore to make sure you don't overspeed and go back onto the track, otherwise you will pick up a lovely 5 seconds.
Or just go into the pit lane.
Reaction is for Monkey only, so that is Magyu's coming into the pits, and no front wing change there. Croskery following him in, and he is going to come out hoping to make the undercut on these guys. Meanwhile, up in front, it's still the Mercedes Ball Fest. Is this 2014, Gary?
Might as well. This is like Hamilton versus Rosberg. What makes it more funny, right, is that they've actually coloured their helmets in the Mercedes drivers. So you've got Lewis Hamilton for Nigel's helmet design, and then George Russell in the other one.
Oh, it's not quite Lewis Hamilton's design there for Piggle, but...
It's purple. It's the iconic purple crash helmet that Lewis wears. I wonder what colour he's going to be for next year for Ferrari. I've heard that he might go back to his original, the one that he started Formula 1 in, that yellow. Would be really nice to see that again in a Ferrari car.
Yeah, that is, for me, that is the iconic Lewis Hamilton helmet. Radical is calling, I assume you, Sadax, but yeah, the yellow accents on the helmet for Lewis Hamilton really is iconic. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be the same without a Vodafone sponsor on it, but never mind, as these guys in front. Well, I don't know.
He said no to Mercs, by the way, Radical is saying.
Alright, yeah. I'm not sure what the dynamic here is between these two, but it seems like Piggle is deploying ERS and Reese isn't. So maybe there's not a written sort of a written contract between these two. No team orders here, of course, but Reese seems to be quite happy to sit behind his teammate for the moment, as Hound for just over 4 seconds back off the front two, and that is still the gap down to Steele in P6. So lap 12 of this 31 lap race. It all looks very, very dry for the moment, which I suppose quite a few of these drivers are going to be thankful for.
Yes, I know Singapore is probably the worst place. Monaco and Singapore probably were two worst places on the calendar for it to rain. It just drags the race out.
Yeah, and I suppose the thing is actually, unlike a day race, the night race here in Singapore adds a whole new factor of sort of, it's a surprise to certainly us in the commentators box. As Steele is in the pits, as maybe he's looking to get an undercut, as he is the man changing his front wing. Yeah, so on day races, of course, we see the changing clouds, but in the night races, it's a complete surprise to us. You can't see the colour of the sky, you can't see if rain is coming in. So for the moment, we can only assume it's going to stay dry for the remainder of the race, given the drivers' strategy calls thus far. Maybe apart from Collateral Ads, who has opted for the medium tyres on a second stint, as you see Johnny B struggling a little bit there through turn 3, down in P13, 7-lap-old hards on him. And now it's all about Steele. Will he be able to catch up to Magusa and Croskery in front? They've been on these tyres for 2 laps. They'll be up to temperature.
He did lose a bit of time fixing that front wing of his, I think. Yeah, he got that front wing fixed, so he lost probably about 5 seconds, which actually helps him out because now he's got free air back to Croskery in front of him.
Yeah, and Hound now into the pits, as is Phenom and Nigel Pickles. Ashdown Shadows goes for another lap, as does Reese. So, judging on what happens over the next lap, this could be gains for the Haas driver. He needs to put in the lap of his life, and he's burning that ERS down this straight into turn 4.
I don't know if you noticed while you were talking, there was a change for the lead at one point between Reese and Nigel into turn 4. Reese got past with the DRS, but then missed his braking completely and went off track, and Nigel got back through. And I was about to say, you'd better start playing the Avengers Civil War theme, because there's a Mercedes Civil War coming.
Well, it all will be clear in what I assume to be this time next lap, when Reese comes in, and we'll see how good the undercut is for Piggle. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him, and that being Magusa, who has pit 3 laps previous. He's looking for a move around the outside of Night Owl, of course, the Wall Rider Supreme. And he is being held up.
Oh, contact
in front. We'll keep an eye on from Nigel Piggle as Nigel taps the back of Night Owl. And that... How has that caused a safety car? And what?
Night Owl's out.
What happened there? What?
How is he out?
What is this game? I'm clipping that. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
David, utilise the saying.
The saying is, this game is perfect and has no bugs.
I love how you've now implemented. I love how you've implemented the slowly mumble at the end now to it. Can we just all say congratulations for everyone for not doing a monkey and crashing into the back of the safety car?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm here.
As this changes the complete dynamic of the race, and well,
that's retaliation from Mag, surely, says Radical.
Yeah, this is something else. So while I've got that up, I can't actually. Right.
Can we put on the highlight? Wait a minute. We're gonna try and see if we can put it up the highlight for something I thought I'd never be able to see.
Yeah.
Rita's box. This worked out for L Plan as well. Dallas is gonna gain from this.
Yeah, it has indeed, and it's not easy for me.
But it also helps like quite a lad who was very far behind and had to make another stop. Now can go to the end along with everyone else and
back user.
And it goes bad to worse. Oh, plan's boxed. Shadow's actually P2 now, so that's really helped him out. Oscar is 6th. I love how Monkey probably didn't hear me say about him crashing into the my little thing against him. It was shot at him.
Yeah.
He probably did, but he's choosing to ignore it. Because I get, oh, I did. To be fair, it's funny, but it's also very annoying because I've just wait till budget. Oh god. To be fair, I understand his frustration. I've seen. I imagine what happened. He tries to go past, and it moves for some reason. Moves back onto the racing line. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. We got the. Actually, I didn't size the window on the stream, but I'm sure you can see it all the same. There you go. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Up he goes.
It's the way he bounces.
He's just upside down.
He's still bouncing.
Absolutely brilliant.
I bet Night Owl is probably like, what the fuck's happened? How did that happen? Was that like a contact model that kind of just pushed him up there?
God knows.
Cruiser. Cruiser's put, I'd just like to say that Night Owl reset the track. I think that might be allowed.
He was upside down, to be fair. I find it hard to believe that he gets punished for that.
As the iconic Hulkenberg quote, "Help, quickly, someone help me, I'm hanging like a fucking cow."
Yeah. Apparently, what is Nigel doing? He's pitted 3 times now.
It's Nigel's world.
Yeah, he has pitted 3 times. That's probably not the ideal strategy. But this is the reminder to you all that FPRL and this stream is sponsored by David's Bevy of the Week. Thank you all for your patience in receiving this message. As actually, actually, it's not boring. It's not a boring sponsor this week. David's Bevy of the Week this week is, and I doubt anyone would have guessed this, but this is brought to you by a Kraken and Pepsi Max.
I was going to say Jack Daniel and Coke.
Kraken spiced rum and
you could say it was a cracking
Pepsi
drink.
Max. It was a cracking segue from you there, Gary. Thank you very much. So Nigel Pickle doing his best to not come first in the championship.
You're going to ask me? I'm actually offended.
Gary is drinking J2O.
No, I'm not actually. Drinking. I'm drinking the same thing that you want to try again.
Oh, he's drinking the old strawberry cider from Strongbow.
Yeah, that you still haven't tried yet.
I still haven't tried yet. So
You go to Tesco's at £6 for free.
yeah, and I did indeed receive the Monkey Boy Kurt seal of approval, trademark limited, 2024.
Oh, safety car's in this hat.
Yeah, I have received a 10 out of 10 mark, so absolutely beautiful. As Reese goes then out of the final corner, Night Owl has rejoined the session. I don't know what he's expecting. He is already didn't. So, never mind. As into turn one, it looks like Shadows fighting off Law. Let's have a reminder then who this has worked for. Shadows, fantastic for that man. He is now up into P2. Shadows is trying to make the best of it on these medium tyres though. As Shadows
on medium
tyres, falling down the pecking order quite quickly there. Obviously, if you lose one place, you need to get back in line. Much like some GT3 races, if you don't get back in line, you're losing more than one place.
That from GT7 online racing. Oh, my winner's gone off.
Oh, rare.
Oh, never mind. I'm telling a lie.
Yeah.
He is turned into a space.
Right, okay, so similar to how it's not a safety car, Rare Winter has not indeed binned it.
He's obviously driving the DeLorean. He's just hit 88 miles an hour.
And just zoomed off into the wall and then come back again because he didn't much like the past.
Oh, Matthew's a penalty. Oh, he's serving his drive-through.
Yeah. So this brings a whole new dynamic then. Law is in a great position. He's in P2. He's going to be trying to get to the end on these medium tyres, but he really needs to try his best to get past Reese while he has the best of them. And this is going to be his first opportunity. DRS down this back straight. He's going to go for the inside line, and I don't think Reese is going to fight it too much. Will he keep it in bounds? Yes, he does. So Law then takes the lead of the Singapore Grand Prix, and will he be able to break away around this middle sector? Only time will tell.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Gary.
Oh no. Look who is next to each other on the track and now are squabbling around, basically costing them time.
Yeah, down in P11, P12, it's Collateral Ads versus Nigel Piggle, the age-old rivalry.
Reese has got front left end plate damage, Radboy's just pointed out.
That's interesting.
Well, we've gone from Mercedes 1-2 to
missing his end
Mercedes.
plate. I think we might see, as with Steel, the front left is not as bad as the front right in terms of damage. Dynamo Dan picking up our first 3 second of the night as Law sets the fastest lap of the race. Not able to break away that 1 second yet. And will he have enough to defend into the corner at the end of the straight?
I don't think Reese has got the straight line speed.
Of course, very high downforce track here at Singapore. As Reese, he's unable to make the move thus far. Will that leave him susceptible to Hound behind, who's... Oh, it looks like he done a George Russell there and clipped a little bit of the wall there on the braking zone into the sling, or the corner formerly known as the Singapore sling.
Just saw Rare Winter go up the inside of L Plan into the hairpin.
Yeah, it looks like Hound got away with it. Let's jump further back then into the midfield where all things are very, very tight. We've still got Collateral Ads and Nigel Piggle fighting as Magusa picks up a 3 seconds, and that's not going to help his quest to get points tonight. He looks like he's been off the pace. And yeah, it's kind of a miserable night for the McLaren man. Nigel Pickle chasing his first points of the season then. He is closing in on the back of Johnny B. And maybe Collateral Ads might have something to say about it as he gets a decent run through turn 3. Collateral Ads now onto the back straight. Less than half a second behind. Gets a better run through the corner as well. Is he going to be close enough? No, I don't think so. Thus is the DRS train around here. Oh, there's contact there. It looks like Croskery's in the wall. What happened there, Gary?
So Croskery gets the run out onto the main straight and into turn 4. I think he thinks that he was clear of Steele to turn in. He turns in. Steele's front just slightly taps him. Steele gets a half spin, controls it, and then obviously Croskery getting hit on that rear kind of had the tank slapper and just went into the outside wall. Steele hit who crashed there all those years ago and spun, and which was it Ericsson? I think it was Ericsson's backwards there, and Massa just barely avoided him by drifting it through. Yeah, as Ads and Nigel are. If there's two people on the track that I do not trust to be together on there, it's these two, because every time these two come near each other, just carnage happens.
It's like
the battle of the egos.
Yeah. I mean, you said it, not me. Piggle picks up a 3 seconds as Croskery comes into the pits with wing damage. He's going to go.
Hang on a minute.
On mediums.
I've just got a penalty for Ads. The man that most notorious of getting a time penalty.
Yep.
How's that happened?
Law still leads this race on lap 22 then. But Reese quite happy to sit behind. He's burned a bit of ERS, but he should be able to claw some of it back throughout the lap. As Johnny B and El Plan making moves. El Plan struggling out of that corner as Houghton picks up a 3-second time penalty, and they're going to go side by side into the sling. And Nigel Pickle makes contact with El Plan, who turns round, and I don't know whose fault that might have been, but another place made by a few drivers there. El Plan will not be happy about how that happened, I'm sure. Mag User is still down in P13 now. Looking at these guys fighting in front, El Plan now much closer to him than, well, you wouldn't have seen him before as Steele is out. What's happened to Steele? What's happened to Steele? As that's another safety car, and he's in the penultimate corner. Steele has come in contact with the wall. Nigel Pickle is in. Collateral Ads is in. Nigel's putting on medium tyres, Gary.
Yeah, as Ads is changing his front wing, Ads is going on soft, so he's going all for it. So I saw what happened. I saw what happened to Steele. He caught the. Can you see where Croskery is? He caught that inside curb, and it's just thrown him out straight into the wall.
That's not ideal, but it is a lifesaver to some of these drivers. Most of them have pitted. Croskery, obviously having just pitted, has chosen to not, and he's going to pick up a couple of places to Dynamo Dan and El Plan. What do you know? That rhymes, Gary.
I think everyone who has a box, from Mag User upwards, have made a mistake here.
Absolutely, although there might be enough of them to not be an issue. Quite possibly.
I think softs can go to the end. Because you've got 3 laps under the safety car. And you're not going to use much tyre there, but still safe. Just in check goes. Curves are so stupid, same line all racing, it suddenly throws me off.
Yep, this game's perfect. So the leaders come round, then Law is into the pits, Reese following him. Will anyone not come in? No.
I've just seen a funny comment. Croskery has almost hit the safety car.
Good job, Cross. Proud of you.
He could have implemented another Croskery moment.
Yeah.
You've said that loads over the years.
Only once in anger.
Sorry, but that the clip that I showed a couple of days ago. You've seen this? Oh, Mag user, what have you done? That's the second
Not
one.
again. Surely not. Mag
Then
user.
on-
Jesus Christ. As Law maintains the lead of the race.
Mag user showing why he's a biker at heart, because us bikers don't give a shit about any kind of speed limits.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh dear. That you absolutely should, by the way. Speed limits are there for your safety and everyone else's around you. Disclaimer. And now
It's not like I
on with
did my
the
test
usual
yesterday.
broadcasting.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone in this league ever get 2 drive-through penalties for speeding under the safety car.
I think I'm guaranteed that it has happened before. In fact, I remember specifically I got 2 drive-throughs myself under the same safety car because I got so annoyed that I didn't bother slowing down for the second one.
It's not speeding if you're not caught, says Fish. He's right. He's
Says the man who's wrecked 2 cars. He's wrecked 2 cars.
At that point, I think Fish should just stay off the road. Don't let Fish drive.
Pro tip, he's been
That's what-
driving 16 years. Both weren't speed related, but
It was your
both
skill
were
related.
skill
issue.
related.
This is coming from a man who can't drive.
Yeah, exactly. What are you on about, Gary? Anyway, we're getting towards the restart. Law is going to take us on this restart. He is starting on the mediums from Hound in P2, Phenom in P3, Shadows P4 on the softs, Reese in P5. He's lost out massively under that safety car then. As
He's
Magyu's
able to
opting...
get a front wing changed.
Yeah, Magyu's opting not to serve his drive-through straight away, which is probably the sensible option.
He's had the worst safety car restart. Look how far he's off the back.
Oh, I think
He's 2
Yeah, it's tyre. Surely it's tyre related. He might have got caught out a little, but Nigel Piggle now gonna maybe look into them into whatever corner number that is. But absolutely no way past there. Nigel is now gonna have to struggle behind. Although he does send out the inside. He didn't turn early enough there to make that move.
It's all the rustiness that Nigel's not been able to race.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of on show here.
And this is costing Nigel dearly with that 3-second penalty. Collateral Ad's just sitting behind for the moment. He doesn't have a penalty. And this is really helping, if anyone, it's helping the front 7 get away. That gap now down to 2.5, but I don't think they'll care too much. As up at the front, Law still leads from Hound in P2 with a 3-second. Phenom in P3, and Shadow's not making any moves thus far. Reese making a move down the start, finish straight. Pure ERS overtake there. He's down nearly into single figures into turn 1, but has regained it through the first few corners. And Reese now not burning anything down this back straight. And Shadows looks like he didn't have the straight line speed to get past, but a podium could still be on the cards here for the harsh driver. As further back we've got Nigel Piggle still going side by side with Magyusa, and there's damage. Who's for, Gary?
Cattle Lads. He had such overspeed. He's gone into the back of Maggie's. I saw the red little marker come off his front right end plate. So yeah, it was like I reckon Maggie's has got the wrong setup on here because he's usually a lot more quicker, and he's just literally just got no turning power. Like been watching him, he turns in, brakes at a normal pace, and the car just like nope, nope.
Yep, defence.
Oh,
Oh, Collateral has hit the wall.
He's been squeezed.
Oh, it's a safety car. I don't think he was squeezed. I think he hit the ball.
I think he got kind of pushed up against the wall, and there's a sticky out bit.
Safety car. Safety car.
Oh, for God's sake.
Who does this benefit, Gary? No one.
No
Absolutely bloody no one.
And it's not Maggie's.
From a third row lockout for what seems like the millionth race in a row, Williams nil point.
To be fair, they can redeem commentator and impersonate.
Alright, I was going to take a drink before hearing that request, but I'm sure Monkey is going to enlighten us who he wants to do what.
Oh, this looks like a skin on there.
Yes, AJ, it does very much look like the skin, the skin that you set up many times, probably years ago at this point, that I have been unable to put the time in to rework. Shout out to AJ for supplying the theme for me to use.
The Cosby's out.
Oh, Croskery. Why is he out? Did he die?
He is out.
Did he retire?
He died where El Plan has just gone past. I have no idea. I mean, you want a new look?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we need a new look. I thought about doing it myself, but I wasn't able to add in all the fancy transitions and all that. Anyway, Gary, impression of Croskery after crashing out. Just put on your best Irish accent.
I can't because Irish used to C-U-N-T, word a lot, so I can't say that.
I mean, you can say cunt if you want. It's not as if we are marked as port.
To be fair, I don't know what's happened. I assume someone's broke and he's had to lock the brakes and run into the wall.
Right, let's put it this way, Gary. I am going to mute my mic until you do your impression of Croskery.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, for fuck's sakes! What's going on?
Oh dear, I don't even know what accent that was, but it certainly wasn't Irish. I think it was more Scouse than anything. Yeah, Scouse.
Have a can of Coke and a bit of chicken and a can of Coke.
Or some chicken and a can of Coke.
Coke.
Oh dear, if you say it well enough, it sounds like cock. Anyway, moving on.
Can of Coke.
And that was why I requested that. Hats off to you, Monkey. You love to see it.
Fuck off. Monkey still has the best request thing. Oh no, Scoob!
Oh no, Scoob! Oh,
Jinky.
Raggy! I can't do Shaggy, but I can do Scooby.
Go on then.
I just did it, you fanny.
Oh
dear, I think you know what my best is, but we'll wait to see if someone redeems it.
The Irish are offended.
No, my accent. You know my best accent, Gary. You've heard me do the impression.
I am not doing it anymore. Still,
right?
Come on,
do you want a dare or dare, Gary?
Neither. Pass it on to the next person.
A truth or dare, Gary. Let's call it what it is.
My voice is gone after that. It really hurt. That did.
Right, hearing that still, do you want to change who you're nominating, or are you wanting to stick with Gary, knowing that apparently his voice is gone and poor Gary has had to do everything this stream? Good. I mean, he's already done a cross-country impression. Come on. After he crashed out in Singapore 2024. Oh, we can't repeat it. That's not ideal.
The thing is, you're only saying that is because I'm sure you've got Crosscar into stream to listen to me do it. I'm not stupid.
Go on, Gary. If you do one, I'll do one for free. As
No, I'm alright.
We have restarted.
Can't do any places.
What about Toto Wolf? Oh, everyone can do Toto Wolf. Just imagine the immortal line of the words to Michael Massey.
It's not fair, Michael. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right, Michael.
That is so not right, Michael.
Right.
Complete with with headphone smashes. No, Mikey, no! Anyway, we are racing again. There's 2 laps left of this race. Oh, for fuck's sake, Gary, don't worry, Steele. I will refund you your points later on.
Oh, I did a total wolf. I can't do.
No, Gary, no, that is so not right.
Oh, you turn into Arnold at the end. I know he's Austrian.
Now, get to the chopper. Gary, Hound is in the lead of the race. Noah is 1.3 seconds behind.
But we put a thing in there that you have to do that voice the entire stream.
No, you will not. Oh, rare winner. Not ideal, but he's near the back, so we don't care. So, 2 laps to go as they cross the line. Hound leads from Law, from Phenom, from Reese. And Shadow's still down in P5. He is on the first runner on the soft tyres, and he's not made an impression of them. Can Reese overtake Phenom and maybe even Law to get himself on the top step after Hound's penalty? Time will tell.
Oh crap, I forgot Hound then apparently.
Yeah. So still, we are going to have to... I like that, actually. I'm going to refund your points, and we're going to give Gary a forfeit for next time he's on commentary.
For God's sake.
That's a new rule I am implementing as of this second as FPRL head comms. Stop trying to change the subject, again. Gary.
Oh,
as we look
Nigel's giving rare winter damage.
Oh, Nigel. You can take...
I think it was either...
You can take the Haas driver out of the Haas, but you can't take Nigel Piggle out of the Haas. Shut up!
You're not doing it. It seems like coming at forfeit.
Right, as we are on the last parts of the race, let's slip into gap to leader. We see Hound now 2 seconds clear of the guys in front, but P2, P3, P4 all within that 3 seconds as Phenom's picked up a 3-second time penalty, cutting the last corner there. And that is a Monkey Boy special, as I see in the chat. He's gone, go Phenom, go.
He's not even on comms, and he's still done
He's
it.
absolutely... Oh, no! Gary, have you ever seen anything as beautiful as that? I haven't. We are on the last lap of the race. P1, P3 both have time penalties. Law holding on just 2 seconds back from the leader. He will inherit the win if things stay as they are, the time gaps stay as they are. Reese is going to just about be in a P2 position, but Phenom's made a mistake there at that corner. Reese is going to have to back out, and that's dropped him out of the 3-second window, and he is going to have to settle for P3 as things stand. Reese needs to make the move on Phenom now, going into the next braking zone out of the DRS straight. Reese now, is he going to deploy? Yes, he is deploying, and he's not close enough. And that is going to cost him 3.2 seconds the gap now. Law sits 2 seconds behind still OTW Hound, O2W Hound. And it looks like he's going to make the move. He's going to make the win his. Reese overtakes Phenom, but it's too little too late. Law is going to pick up the victory here. Hound crosses the line in P1. Law takes him on the line, and Reese
That's P4.
gets P3 at the end of things. Shadows picks up P4, as you say, Gary. P5 is Johnny B, who's had a very quiet race. I don't think I've mentioned him other than when he typed in chat.
Oh.
And Phenom finishing in P6. That's P7. What's going on here? What is going on? What?
It's still
Oh
racing.
dear. Nigel Pickle picks up P7, L-Plan P8, Rare Winter P9, and rounding out the points. Oh my god, game! What the fuck are you doing? Dynamo Dan picks up P10 and wing damage as Magu's comes around the second to last corner. Power to the line. Is he going to grab faster slap? Yes, he is. It's all for nothing. He finishes P11 as... Yeah, that's the end of the race, Gary, and that is...
I just would like to point out there that Monkey tried to double down on the jinxing because he said on the last, "Go on, Law lad."
To be fair, I think he said it after Law crossed the line. To be perfectly fair. There is your podium then. The top man is Law for the first time this season in Tier 1. And the Kick Sauber team are absolutely ecstatic. There you have the I don't even know who that is supposed to be. But the Merc of Reese and the Alpine of Hound rounding out the podium. As we'll show you now the preliminary results for the Singapore Grand Prix. There you have it. Law in the chat saying he doesn't have a mic. We've got Hound joining the party, and Reese might do soon enough. Juicy. Right. Is Reese gonna join, or will we ever know?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Reese ever join a party. But Johnny B has said something in the chat. P15 to P5, by the way.
Yep, and that is a fantastic race from him indeed. Like I said, yeah, really understated. I didn't mention his name all race, but here we are, and he's picked up some really decent points. As we'll hold on for a second while I wait for him to reply. No, so it looks like we just got the one driver, so I'm going to go quickly through P3 and P2, and then you can take the interview for the winner, Gary, if you don't mind.
Don't you mean Law's the winner?
When I say, whatever, yeah, sorry, Hound in P3. I'll tell you what, we'll do Hound.
No, Hound P2.
Yeah. I don't.
Should be P1. It should be P1 after Stuart's report.
Well, it's preliminary at this point. So, Gary, why don't you take it away?
So after another hectic Singapore Grand Prix, we're here with our preliminary second place man, Hound. Once again, another podium. His name could have been the win, but I'm sure, hopefully, in his mind, we'll get that penalty removed. But hey, Hand, how was that race for you?
Eventful. Very eventful. Had an alright quali, but the race is just a mess, really.
first thing we've got to mention, I don't know if you know what happened to your teammate.
Yeah, I saw. I was in a party with him, and he's laughing as he's fucking sideways, and then went upside down and got wing damage.
There is a clip that will be going out. I'm hoping on the Twitter, maybe at the socials as well of it. Your teammate tried to deploy a very interesting tactic of trying to overtake. But obviously, you mentioned that your penalty should be removed. Is what?
No, the penalty shouldn't be removed.
Oh.
Law should be penalised, in my opinion. I mean, under safety car, I had a 3.2. I was positive 3.2, which means everyone else should be roughly around that area. 2.8 to 4 seconds. Around that delta. And going around the last corner, he literally slams it on the brake. I literally had to swerve to get, to avoid it. I mean.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to see what the stewards make of that. But Johnny B said, "Do you want to cover that cast up the ball? If you can send it to David, if you want to. But yeah, obviously
that would be lovely.
The Mercedes were at 1.1 and 2, and you've had to make your way through the field. Was there any at that point? Do you think that you were gonna be able to catch them?
At that point, no. On that first stint, the rear of my car just kept going into every corner. I upped my front brake bias by 1, and that kind of sorted the problem. But I honestly thought they were just going to run off with the race, and then the first safety car happened, and that's kind of where everything changed for the Mercedes, really.
Yeah, the downfall started happening.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had 2 more safety cars. Was there an ever option on that final safety car to go for a set of softs, or were you just happy to stay on the mediums?
No, mediums were only about 2-3% old. So I was happy to stay out on them. I kind of wanted to be in first position as well to control the restart. I mean, if that last safety car wasn't a thing, I think I could have won the race without having to rely on the stewards.
It's always want to win on track than the steward's decision.
Yeah. I mean, like you saw in them last 2-3 laps, I pulled like 2 seconds within a couple of laps, and I had already got past Law. When I got past him before that last safety car, I pulled him from DRS, and I think it was I think the gap's between 1.5 to 2 seconds then. So I really feel like I could have won the race on track if it wasn't for that last safety car.
Yep. And obviously next week we're back to normal where all the tiers are now back on the same tracks now. Obviously next week we are at Belgium, so famous Spa-Francorchamps. Not Spa, I can't pronounce all the rest of it. How are we feeling for that?
I've done a few league races round there. Some have been wet. Yeah, a couple of them have been dry as well. I definitely need to work on my race pace round there. That's not strong. That's not my strong point round there. My 1 lap pace, I feel like, is decent. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Before we go, we'll let David. David, do you want to say anything?
No. Other than well done. It was a topsy-turvy race, and you did the best you could in the circumstances given. So yeah, congratulations on your provisional podium. Potentially better than that. We'll wait for the stewards' decisions. But yeah, well done to you, Hound. Well done.
Cheers.
So on to a quick word from P2 and P1. We've got Reese, who picked up P2 provisionally. Pete. Oh, I don't know. I don't know who got what. All right, leave me alone. And right, yes. So yeah, Reese did a very good job. Played very sensible with his teammate early on, and yeah, not much else to say. He's just continued his decent run of form. Unfortunately, can't be with us in the comms box, but never mind. So yeah, that's that. And for Law in the Sauber, which Law is a bit of an understated driver. He kept his nose clean for the most part. Didn't get any penalties, and kind of. I don't want to be a bit mean, but yeah, definitely benefited from the safety cars, and made the most of it. So a decent race from him as well. So yeah, commiserations to the Williams team once again for bottling decent positions. We'll see after the stewards report. Anyway, I think that just about rounds it off, Gary. If you could do the wonderful, wonderful job that you do in offering the co-commentator's driver of the day, that would be wonderful. Earth to Gary.
Oh, I was on mute because I was having a cough fit, but I'm here now. So there's only one person that's on my mind for it, and I would say it was the one person that David didn't mention all race. Johnny B, from basically last on the grid to basically just finishing out of the podiums in P5. I think he was only like a second away from a podium. I would say he deserves the driver of the day.
Well, there you go. Driver of the day,
drive.
Johnny B. So congratulations to you. We'll get that. In our lovely race graphics. And thank you all for watching. That's all we've got time for this week. Tune in again on Monday for the Tier 3 GP around Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps.
Well, we watch Radical Dominance continue.
Yep, we'll watch the Radical Dominance continue in Tier 3. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for your faith. Anyway, I have been your host, David Lawface. Joining me in the comments box tonight. Has he muted himself again?
No. Sorry, I was reading something. Someone messaged me. Suicide Boy. Sorry.
Thank you very much for tuning in, and good night. Weather!
Damn, Adam.